Eckerd Connects is a 60-year-old nonprofit that works to create pathways to opportunity for young people and their families. Young people that are often overlooked in underserved communities, young people that sometimes may have been left on the margins, maybe didn't finish high school, maybe weren't quite sure what they wanted to do. And through Job Corps centers, through workforce development programs, through children and family services, we help them tap into their passion. We help them find purpose and then move them into credentials and skills building so that we can get them as quickly as possible into careers with family sustaining wages.
I was interested in the job centers. That I thought the Job Corps. I thought that was really kind of fascinating model. Can you tell me how you're doing that?
I would love to. So we are one of many Job Corps operators. So Job Corps is a federal program started after the War on Poverty back in 1964, I believe. And so we operate or partner to operate about 11 Job Corps centers across the country. So here where I live in Washington, D.C., we operate the Potomac Job Corps Center. Down in Albany, Georgia, we were just with Congressman Bishop in his district. We operate the Turner Job Corps Center. In Denison, Iowa, we were with Senator Ernst last week. We operate the Denison Job Corps Center. And so these Job Corps centers, they're really campuses. They're beautiful, sprawling campuses where young people get to come, find out what they're excited about, and right on campus, we run them through courses where they're in 6 months, 12 months, up to 2 years. They're going to get credentials, they're going to get skills training, and we're going to move them into a trade. It might be catering, it might be security, it might be pharmacy tech, it might be welding. Down at our center in Turner, I tried welding and I learned that I'm very bad at it. And so I got to watch an 18-year-old really rough me up in welding and showed me that I need to go back and learn some better hand-eye coordination. And so everything is right there on that campus. And it's just wonderful to watch. You know, college isn't for everyone, but within a short amount of time, we're going to move a lot of these kids into $60,000 a year jobs. I was just talking to one of our young people that ended up in a $100,000 a year job. We were actually just with the Huntington Ingalls folks that do shipping. They hired, with a partnership of Job Corps campuses, they hired about 70 Job Corps students out of a career fair of about 100. And those are jobs that will change your life. So it's really, really exciting.
It's described as a residential program. Does that mean they live on the campus?
The vast majority of Job Corps students live on campus. It was started at a time where we realized, and I've seen this through lots of my work over years. One, you need to get out of your parents' house sometimes, or maybe you have an unstable situation. Sometimes that we have young people that are underhoused. Sometimes we have young people that don't have strong family ties, and so we're going to bring you in. We are going to make sure you eat well, that you are lodged well, and so you don't have to worry about anything except getting your skills training and getting into that trade.
And where do these students come from? Or what age group? That would be a good question, I think I should ask you. What age group, and where do they come from? How are they referred to you?
So our students are as young as 16. So we have 16 and 17-year-olds, but the vast majority of them are in that 18 to 24-year-old range. And they come from the surrounding areas, surrounding our Job Corps centers. Again, Job Corps tends to attract some of the young people that are mostly low-income folks. They come from underserved communities. Sometimes they didn't do great in high school. Sometimes they weren't exactly sure what they wanted to do. Who knows exactly what they want to do when they're 18? I did, though. I was one of those kids. But I will say to any young person that's listening, I wanted to be a journalist like Ramona, and I didn't end up becoming one because I tried a bunch of other things and ended up in policy and nonprofits. But we get those young people. Sometimes young people that have been involved in the justice system. At Eckerd Connects, at our Job Corps centers, we believe that adage that talent is distributed evenly by God, but opportunity is not. And so we're going to take young people no matter what your circumstance is. We're going to see that talent. We're going to see your strength. We're going to see your gift, and we're going to get you the training you need to bring you into a beautiful career.
So this seems to me like a really good place for you to land, Michael. It's knowing your passion for helping others and what you've dedicated your life to. So this like a great connection for you.
Can you see my happiness? I sit in so much gratitude and joy. I think about today's my grandmother's birthday. Happy birthday, Nana. Josie Mae Ross in Springfield, Massachusetts. She's 82 today. And I think about her. She grew up in Regalwood, North Carolina, in a house that didn't have electricity or running water. She was a part of the Great Migration that moved up eventually to Massachusetts for jobs. And for 40 years, she worked hard, back-breaking jobs just to make ends meet for her family. She didn't love everything that she was doing every day, but I have so much gratitude for that generation because she made it possible for me to do work that I love each and every day that is hopefully making a difference for people like her. People like kids like I was that came from a single parent household where the data says I shouldn't have been successful. And so I get to come to Eckerd Connects, and every day I get to work with people that care about our mission, which is taking young adults where they are, helping them find their passion, and put them on a path to real, meaningful, tangible success.